Hello, guys, and welcome back to Excelsior Academy. So, here I'm very excited to begin this new learning series on structural biology. So, initially, I made few slides and few topics, but I could not complete it and continue. So, what I'll do is I'll be studying a new series, and each detail, like how exactly what all topics we'll be studying in this. Okay, so if you're a student of biotechnology, biochemistry, molecular biology, bioinformatics, or any life science, even including pharmacology student also, anything related to biological sciences, this series, okay, is going to help you in developing a clear understanding of how a three-dimensional structures of any biological molecules, let it be DNA, RNA, or proteins, okay, determine their function. Okay, that is a core concept which we'll be learning in this series, and we'll also do certain hands-on training on certain bioinformatics tools and computational biology tools as well. Okay, so we'll start from the fundamentals and gradually we'll move towards the structural biology techniques and all the other computational tools. Now, before I begin, so as you know, I am Dr. Ruby Joshi, and I have got the academic and professional background in the biological sciences, molecular biology, genomics, bioinformatics, and the biomedical research. So, through my academic and research experience, I have worked extensively on the biological data and what all information, genomic information we get to understand like what is the protein and the molecular concepts, and all kinds of scientific research has been done by me. Okay, so one of my main goal with this channel and with this particular structure biology series is to make complex understanding, complex concepts to make you simple, visual, and easy to understand. So of course I'm taking the leverage of AI and to make it more interesting, and so that the things which we need to imagine, I'll put certain kinds of images over here so that it becomes easy for you to understand and grasp the concept early, easy. Now, instead of memorizing all the definitions, I want you to understand that the reasoning behind the biological structures and process. So that what happens is like all these concepts you can apply for your exams, for your research, and for the future scientific work. Okay. Now, let's start with what is structure biology. Okay. Now, structure biology is the branch of science that studies three-dimensional structures. So I'll be trying to write over here. I have actually lost the touch of writing over here. Okay, so what happens over here is that it is the science to study these 3D structures of any macrobiologicals. So when I say, of course, I'll be taking many times examples of protein. That becomes easy for me to explain the concepts. But this also applies for your DNA. It also applies for your RNA. Okay, it lipids. Okay, so whenever we are studying the structural biology, I want you guys to understand and go through the articles which was published as people were awarded Nobel Prize for the reducing the structures of the ribosome. Venki Adayonath, um, what was the name of the third person? Some sweets, something like that. Okay, so I don't remember, but I want you guys to go through and read that article because ribosome structure is very complex structure. It has got both the RNA and your protein structures are there. Okay, so just go through the article so that while we are studying the structure biology series, it will be giving certain um words will be there, phrases will be there. So as on when we are actually progressing towards the series, you will be able to understand like what exactly was mentioned in the article. Okay. Okay, so but now the question comes, why do we need to study these structures? Now, because in biology, the structure and functions are closely connected. So if you understand the structure, it becomes, to predict or deduce the function of that particular molecule. Now, protein does not perform its function simply because it contains certain sequence of amino acids, right? So you know that. So before I proceed, I always ask my students to remember the one-letter word of the amino acid because that's how, in future of the series, it is going to help you to understand like at what step, at what sequence, which amino acid is coming. Okay. So just go through, brush up your basics of amino acids, like one letter and three-letter coding of those amino acids. Now, as I say, this protein, so if you have any structures over here and by simply having the sequence, it is not going to give you the function of a protein. Okay, understand that. Yes, but if something happens with this polypeptide sequence of a protein, it does affect the function of your protein, but it will not directly tell you the function of the protein. Okay, now this particular polypeptide chain, it needs to be actually folded properly. okay, in order to come to the correct conformation of a protein so that it can have its relevant function. Now, the final shape of this protein will determine how it interacts with its ligand or any interacting partner. Ultimately, it is will tell you how it is going to perform its biological function. And that's why understanding the molecular structure it becomes very important for us, okay, for a scientist. Now, the thing is, this learning will help you like why in the market the demand of drug is important, why is still now we are not able to get the the vaccine or any drug which could prevent cancer or which could actually stop people getting diabetes. We have got the drugs, we have reached at that stage where we can actually prevent, or you can increase the lifespan of a patient, but you are not able to prevent it now. So with these series, you will understand like what are the hurdles actually and how you can overcome all these things. So maybe you are one of the that particular future scientists who can design a drug and can prevent the cancer. So let's continue with this. Okay. And let me just clear all this. Okay. Now let's move on to the objectives of this series. So here I'll be telling you like where exactly what are the objectives and how with each step we'll be progressing. So first, as I mentioned, we discussed like what is structure biology. You don't have to remember the definition over here. Now let's talk about in this series step by step. So there are certain around as you can see in the roadmap, you see that there are seven major learning objectives are there. So each fundamental concepts of the structure biology with the real world biological exam applications I'll be taking. So you get the understanding like how you will be progressing and why each step is important. Okay. So as we mentioned, the definition of structure biology is done. Now let's come to the second objective. So second objective will be the four levels of the protein structure. So this is something which you have already discussed. Okay. You have already studied. What are the four levels of protein structure? Primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary structure, right? So in the primary structure, sorry. Now, in the primary structure, it is the amino acid sequence, which, after folding, upon folding gives you the alpha and the beta helices. That is the secondary structure. Then it again folds into the three-dimensional structure, giving you the tertiary. And when these tertiary comes together, they forms the quaternary structures. Okay. So this is the four levels, so which we will also brush over here and we'll study all these. Then comes about the third objective, that is forces which is helping or stabilizing these proteins. So what are those forces which is keeping this protein to be in the folded shape or any particular shape? What happens if suppose this forces are not present? What will happen? Okay, so there are certain molecular forces like hydrogen bonds, ionic interactions, hydrophobic interactions, van der Waals, and the disulfide bonds. So we'll also study like what happens if you disrupting all these interactions. What will happen to the protein? Obviously, it is going to misfold or unfold, or it might get denatured. Right now, coming to the fourth objective. So here onwards, we'll be studying the experimental structure biology. It means we'll be studying like what all the techniques and tools are used in order to get the structures of a protein. Okay, so how exactly a scientist is determining these structures? So there are certain experimental techniques like X-ray crystallography and NMR spectroscopy. Okay, so these two I'll be focusing more. We have got another technique that is called cryo-EM, right? Cryo electron microscope, but we'll be focusing more on the X-ray as well as on the NMR. Okay, for example, in the case of the X-ray crystallography, we will gradually introduce the concepts of like, what is crystal lattice, what do you mean by a unit cell? Okay, how does a diffraction pattern is helping us to deduce the structure of a protein? What is Bragg's law? Okay, now ultimately all these concepts and the data what we get from the XRD is going to give you the electron density, which eventually gives you the structure of a protein. So slowly we'll complete all those courses. Now coming to the fifth objective, that is about the protein data bank. So what happens when a researcher actually gets this crystal structure and it needs to publish somewhere, right? It gets uploaded in the PDB. So we'll go to the PDB. It's a data bank where any protein which is known to the human knowledge, okay, in the scientific literature world. So that protein will be uploaded in the PDB. So you can just, download the PDB structure. We can actually rotate and see like how exactly the protein is there and how, it rotates, how many alpha, how much beta sheets are there, how it is interacting. So all those we'll be doing using certain tools. Okay. Now we'll go to the objective 6, where actually we are going to visualize. So once we understand like how we can explore the data bank and all, we'll download certain free tools. Okay, bioinformatics tools are there like PyMOL, RasMol is there, which will help or visualize and analyze any protein. Okay, and that's how you study these proteins, like what kind of functions they are performing. Okay, now last is about the biomedical applications. So in the structure biology, you will learn that it has got enormous importance in the modern medicine. Okay. So once we understand these molecular structures, it will help in investigating a disease causing mutation so that we can make a drug for it. Or it will also help in understanding the protein drug interactions. So we can have a therapeutic targeted, right? Like for example, in the case of the cancer. So we'll take few examples and we'll be studying those. Now, what I'm expecting over here is uh, I'm trying to keep all these lectures very concept oriented. So, and also easy to visualize and understand. So, wherever it will be possible for me, I'll be using the diagrams, molecular structures, or I'll be writing down. Okay. And if possible, I try to make the animations also. And there are few numericals I have taken which used to come in the CSR exam. So, it will be like, preparing for your CSR exams as well. Okay. And it will help in completing your master's syllabus also. Now, whether you're preparing for your university exams, as I mentioned, or the competitive exams like CSIR, this series is also going to help you in preparing for your research interviews. Like you have got the sequence, it got cleaved by the chymotrypsin. So, what are the peptides I'm expecting, or the peptides are given? So, what will be the polypeptide sequence? So, such kind of numericals will be doing. Okay, and certain bioinformatics rules will be learning so that it will give you little hands of experience so that you can also put in your resume. So, by the end of this entire structure biology series, you should not be able to only to define the structure biology. I want you to understand, analyze, visualize any structural information given in a biological and a biomedical context. Okay, so you should not say that, oh, I don't understand whether it's alpha sheets or alpha helix is there or beta sheets are there. The moment you look into the structure of a protein, you should be able to understand what exactly the protein is: globular protein or structure protein, function protein. So all these things you need to understand. Okay. Now, so if you find this series useful, I request you to subscribe my channel and also to follow the complete course. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the beginning of the lectures. Till then, take care. Bye bye.